Okie dokie, episode 4 Artichokes, Twin Stripe podcast. It's MLB time. We are moving along in the season with Carter and Cooper with a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to go through the divisions like we always do. Each Twin has one division that's kind of their thing today that they have a story in the division they want to talk about. Maybe we'll talk about a few other things along the way. We'll see how it goes. Let's start in the NL East, where the Phillies right now are a game and a half up on the Mets, and the Braves found 500 for a little bit but fell back down. Carter has a story he wants to talk about in the NL East. What's going on in the NL East that you're interested in, Carter?
So actually, a player in particular, not a team. Ronald Jr. just came back from injury, so he's playing his first few games this season, 3 to be exact. And man, oh man, he's been playing like a Hall of Famer. As I said, 3 games, 2 home runs he had. 3 RBIs, and he's hitting 333. This is just like otherworldly. This is actually insane. Usually after coming back from injury, you slump a little, then kind of get back to the zone. You don't automatically just be yourself, just because you haven't played it a little bit. But not here. What do you guys think about this?
Ronald Acuna, Cooper, he's already on fire. 4 for 12 to start his track back. How do you think it's going to help the Braves?
I mean, everyone else on the Braves isn't playing that well, but Acuna is one of the best players in baseball. If he was healthy the whole year, I think he could challenge Shohei Ohtani for the NL MVP. Obviously, he isn't, but Acuna is a generational talent.
Do we think he's going to get the Comeback Player of the Year award probably this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So he's been back for 3 games, all against the Padres. They did win one of them, but they, unfortunately, like you said, the rest of the team hasn't really showed up. They lost the other 2. They head into a series with the Phillies now, 3 games in Philadelphia. Cooper, what do you think they have to do to kind of right the ship and try to take some games from the Phillies?
So the Phillies haven't played like really good teams. So if the Braves can play really, really well baseball, Matt Olson, Austin Riley, Sean Murphy, all their best hitters, they need to play really well. Spencer Strider's back off the IL. He's a big piece for the Braves. The Braves could do some damage.
Yeah, and the Braves have been dealing with a lot of injuries. They got 2 of their star players back, as you said. I mean, last year they had the most injuries in the league by far. Their team just got tormented by injuries. So I think a fully healthy team definitely could be very good.
All right, sounds good, Carter. What do you think we would need to see from Ronald Acuna? Just more of the same that he's already been doing? Do you think, or does he need to be even more to help this Braves team that's been struggling so much?
Yeah, the Braves really started the season off bad. I mean, they've been getting back up, but I think Ronald Acuna Jr. needs to play like Aaron Judge, Hall of Fame, All-Star, MVP level for them to even have a shot at the playoffs. Just because their division is really good, the Mets and Phillies are playing amazing baseball. So I think that we need to see a lot from Ronald Acuna Jr. to help this team.
Yes, and Strider coming back off the IL has not had the same results as Ronald Acuna. His ERA so far through a few starts is 5.79. He's not back, and now facing a Phillies team. What do you think Braves fans are hoping for Carter to see from him tonight? I think he's pitching against the Phillies tonight in Citizens Bank Park, a place that hasn't been friendly to him over the last few years.
I mean, I think that Philly fans are going to give him a little bit of time. He just got injured. Give him a few more starts. If he's still playing like this, they're going to get upset, obviously. But if he starts to get his act back together, and if he starts to do just okay, then Philly fans are going to be okay with it.
All right, sounds good. So we'll see what the Braves fans, if they can expect a playoff push. We'll find out if that's a possibility for them. Let's move to the NL Central, where the Cubs have pretty much ran this division all season long so far through the 50-some games that they've played. They're at 54 games so far. But there is another team that all of a sudden has found their winning ways, Cooper. Let's talk about the Redbirds in St. Louis.
I mean, how are the Cardinals doing what they're doing? They are wrecked. I mean, they're seriously wrecked. Goldie's gone. You'll see what he's doing with the Yankees. I'll talk about him later. But, I mean, the Cardinals are winning. Sonny Gray hasn't been great, but Nolan Arenado hasn't been great. But others have been leading them to the glory. I don't know if they'll be the same, but I think they could be a team in the NL wild card if they keep this up. I don't know, though.
Cool. what's one player that has to perform on this team for them to get close to the playoffs?
I think Nolan Radino. I mean, Nolan Radino hasn't been great to start the year. So he is a little bit older than most of the players, but he could be a really big factor for the Cardinals. He's my X factor.
So if
Yeah.
he's the X factor that you think needs to start performing, Nolan Arenado, who he's had obviously a fantastic career, one of the greatest fielding third basemen of all time, but is not up to playing that well this year, only hitting 234. What is allowing them to have this recent winning streak, Cooper? Because they haven't been that good of a team so far this season, or actually for the last couple seasons. That's why Paul Goldschmidt didn't go back there, but they're 6-4 in their last 10, 556 winning percentage. What's allowed them to be this good?
I mean, winning.
Win.
They've found a way to win.
Because I have no idea what it is.
They've found a way to win games. I don't know. I haven't been paying much attention to the Cardinals, but they've been winning.
Okay, they've been winning. All right, sounds good. I would like to know if we can figure out what's been helping them win, because I have not figured out why they're winning lately. But it seems like they're doing a good job, especially at home. They're 19-8. They have the best, are tied for the best home record in baseball behind the Mets. On the road, they stink, but it is what it is. So we'll see if they can possibly make a playoff push.
Brendan Donovan, Victor Scott II has been good.
Two people I've never heard of.
Lars Nootbaar.
I think the reason
Wilson Contreras has been playing first base, but he's been good.
I think the reason they're doing so well, I'm looking at the schedule, they've been very consistent. They had like one streak of a lot of losses against Boston. But they've been pretty consistent down the line. It's like win, loss, win, loss, win. Oh wow. They had a big winning streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-game winning streak. 10. 9-game winning streak.
Yeah, and they're in the top 5 in hitting this year in average. They're hitting 259 behind, well, 4 teams we've obviously heard of: the Cubs, the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Phillies. Those are the only 4 teams, and they're probably the 4 best teams in baseball right now, maybe outside the Mets, above the Cardinals in hitting. So the team, they're hitting the ball, they're getting on base, which is pretty impressive for a team that was in the doldrums the last couple of years when it came to hitting the baseball. All right, so let's move to the NL West. We know the story there. They're Dodgers, but the Padres, who are still only 2 games back, are 3-7 in their last 10 that we talked about. They just did take 2 out of 3 from the Braves, but besides that, they've been on a slump. The Giants, people aren't sure they're for real, but they're still there at 574, and the Diamondbacks sitting back there at 500. But Carter, what do you want to talk about out west in the National League?
Yeah, so everyone's talking about 3 teams: the Dodgers, the Padres, the Giants, obviously. But you could, if you want to hear about them, go to ESPN, go to Baseball Reference. Everyone knows the story. If you don't, do what I just said. But I want to talk about the Rockies. I think that they're going to have the worst winning percentage ever, the worst season ever. So the Rockies are 9-45 and a minus 173 differential. That's absolutely atrocious. Do you guys think that the Rockies are going to be having the worst season of all time?
I mean, I could barely name any pitchers on their team. But, I mean, they have some decent hitters in Jordan Beck, Ezekiel Tovar, Hunter Goodman, Ryan McMahon. But let's face it, they're not good.
They're the worst team in the history of baseball.
You could definitely say that. I don't even know any of their starting pitchers besides Kyle Freeland. I can't name a single one. I can't name a single one. That's how bad their team is.
And I think their team is going to go even worse if they even have anybody that's like at least okay. They're probably going to trade him away by the trade deadline. So like this is like rock bottom. I'm hoping that they have the worst season ever. I think it'd be cool to experience.
Well, we just saw the worst season of modern era baseball last year. We didn't think it could get any worse. And then Colorado's like, well, as the saying goes, hold my beer. Obviously not for you guys, but hold my Gatorade, because it's another level of just absolutely terrible baseball.
Like, how do they play this bad? I feel like Denver has some cap, right? Like, they can spend some money.
I feel like they aren't even trying.
Same as the White Sox.
I think
They
that
can't spend any
like,
money.
at this point. I think they're I think a few weeks. I think they're just gonna be like, screw it. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean they have 2 guys hitting. Well, not. I guess they have 4 guys hitting over 200. Everybody's hitting below 200.
And
That's atrocious.
Ezekiel Tovar is like their only bright spot, and Jordan Beck, as I said.
I say Jordan Beck's had a decent start to his year. 8 home
And Ezekiel
runs.
Tovar.
276.
Ezekiel Tovar, I think, is a really good player.
Their
It sucks
catcher,
for him that he has to be.
Hunter Goodman has had a decent play. He has had a
I
decent
think that
his
I think
career.
that Coors Field might they might affect their performance a little bit. You know, just
They don't have like big power hitters, but they're playing against people who have power hitters.
Yeah, like Aaron Judge came and he had 2 home runs in the 3 games. Like, so they're playing against, like, most teams in MLB have at least one guy who definitely knows how to hit a home run. Not really them. They have some people. So I think Coors Field is definitely a big part of their performance in doing so badly.
Possibly. It used to be the reason they did so well. Now it's the reason they're doing terrible. Understand. All right, so let's move to the American League. The American League East. Cooper has our story there. Cooper, what do you want to talk about, bud?
Well, I'm a Yankee fan. What do you think about talking about the Yankees? I mean, the Yankees have won 6 straight series and are on a roll. Aaron Judge has been better than maybe any player ever. He's batting close to an absurd 400. In this day and age, I don't know how you even do that close to that. Even at 300 is hard. And he's leading the AL in home runs like usual. Cody Bellinger, since the start of May, he's hit 340 with 5 home runs. Also, Paul Goldschmidt is hitting over to 340 this year. He's been great. I mean, also they're starting pitching. Max Fried, it looks like the Cy Young pitcher. Carlos Rodon, I think, leads the AL in strikeouts. Will Warren has been really good his past 2 starts. Ryan Yarbrough has been letting up like 1 run every start he's had. Like, Clark Schmidt's been pretty good. They, I think, are the best team in baseball right now.
What do you think's allowed Paul Goldschmidt, who we thought was done after last year with his time in St. Louis, he hit absolutely terrible the last 2 years. He hit 268 2 years ago, 245 last year after hitting 317 the year before. Now up to 345. Is just the people he has him behind him, Cooper?
I think last year, at the end of the year, he was really hot. I think he's carrying it over to this year. I think he's going to keep it going the whole year. I think he's going to hit over to 300. I mean, as I said, it's hard to hit 300, but the Yankees might have a few guys.
Carter, they had talk about real quick the other free agent signing. Everybody's like, oh, they didn't do much in the offseason. They picked up apparently the best free agent pitcher and maybe the best free agent hitter. What about the pitcher? Max Fried's been unbelievable.
Yeah, I'll talk about him just in 1 second. I want to talk about why Paul Goldschmidt's doing so well. In St. Louis, he needed to hit home runs because he's supposed to be the home run hitter on the team. Now, Aaron Judge is the home run hitter. He just needs to get on base. He's focusing more on contact, and he's been doing very well at that. He doesn't have a lot of home runs this year, but it's fine because Judge just drives him in.
Yeah.
And about Max Fried, I think this was the best move ever. He's doing better than Juan Soto right now, who's stinking, actually. I should have probably done a story about him. But Max Fried, he has how many earned runs? Let me see.
I think, not a lot. I just wanted to say something real quick. All the players the Yankees have gotten in the offseason, they probably wouldn't have gotten if they signed Soto. And look at this. Soto has been awful. He's hitting 230-something. The Yankees have 5 hitters over that. If you would have told me that at the start of the season, I'll be like, no way. But no, the Yankees are doing really well.
Yeah, so Max Fried has a 7-0 record, a 1.29 ERA. That's bonkers. He has 67 strikeouts. That's nuts. And a 0.93 whip.
How much innings?
Let's see, innings. Stats. Sorry. Innings.
You're good.
Innings per 70.
70 innings, 68 strikeouts. That's pretty good. Almost a 9 strike.
In some of his previous seasons, he's gotten only 100 more. Last year, he only had 100 more innings pitched than that. I think he was
Yes,
hurt.
we'll see if he can stay healthy. That'll be obviously a key to the Yankees.
And he's like pitching every game. I think he's pitched like at least 5 innings. He's had a quality start maybe every game. Like
Yeah, he's helping the bullpen so much. Him and Rodon are helping the bullpen rest. It's actually like so important. Like I didn't realize it before this year, but they're letting the bullpen rest so much.
Mm-hmm. This is obviously going to be maybe the best year of his career. We'll see. 22, he had a great year as well with a 2.48 ERA, going 14-7. We'll see if he can surpass that. Only 50 games into the season so far, 7-0. He's been unbelievable. So let's move to the the AL Central, which is one team pretty much by itself, and that's the Detroit Tigers. And Carter has something on that.
Yeah, Tariq Skubal had a shutout yesterday in his last start, and it was maybe the best performance I've been alive for. A complete game shutout with under 100 pitches, aka Maddox, and he broke the Maddox record for strikeouts. He had no walks, 0 walks, 13 Ks. He obviously got the win. I mean, what do you guys think of this performance? I think it was awesome.
I just want to add something in. Do you know who has the most Maddoxes? Greg Maddox.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. I'll say the one that the stat is named after.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, Tariq Skubal, he won the Cy Young Triple Crown last year. He's just a really good pitcher, generational talent. I mean, he's going to be a really good pitcher for years to come. And his last pitch was like 102 miles per hour.
Yeah, his last 2 pitches actually. Like he's throwing.
He can throw 100. Like it's hard to hit that.
Everyone's so late on it. Like they can't get their bat to the ball. It's so simple.
Yeah, he's proven why he's maybe the best pitcher in baseball. Why the Tigers are the best team in that division right now by a long shot. It's not even close. They're kind of running away with that division. Cleveland is still 5 games back. Same with the Twins, but yeah, 35-20. No, I don't think anybody expected them to have the best record in the American League.
Yeah, second best in baseball.
I think the Yankees are going to run away.
It's underdog. It is such a big underdog stat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Tigers.
They were a decent team last year, but
yeah, they made the playoffs last year.
But winning really 35 of your first 50 is pretty impressive.
Really took a step up this year.
Like they were a good team last year. I predicted them to make the playoffs, but I did not predict them to do this. Not at all.
Last year, Spencer Torkelson was awful. This year, Spencer Torkelson's probably the best hitter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's been really good this year for them as well. So we'll see if the Detroit Tigers continue their streak through the year and see how far they can get maybe in the playoffs. All right, let's move out west to the last division that we're going to talk about, the AL West. What do we have there, Cooper?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but the Mariners are actually hitting. I mean, obviously everybody knows that Julio Rodriguez and Cal Raleigh have been good, but other people like Jorge Polanco, J.P. Crawford, Randy Rosarina have been really, really good. I didn't see the Mariners hitting this well, while their pitching has been also dominant.
Yeah, they have the best pitching staff in baseball. But like you said, no one expected them to hit, and yet they are doing that to an extent.
Yeah. Also, that Logan Gilbert and George Kirby, I heard they still have one of the best rotations in baseball. George Kirby got back, but
and they're absolutely on fire. That it's like win, win, win. A few losses down the stretch, but like they have so much momentum. They're on fire right now. Nothing can stop them.
They're starting to run away with the AL West.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know about run away. They're only a game and a half up on that stinking Astros team who
Astros even good.
I'll say a certain person here named Cooper said they were going to absolutely stink this year, and yet there they are once again, a game and a half out of the top team in their American League West. It does help that division is not the strongest. The Mariners have been good. The Rangers have underperformed, even though they had a hot start. The A's are now terrible once again. Who also someone thought they were going to be good this year, Cooper. But maybe he just doesn't know the West. He's an East boy. It's what it is. But Cooper, do you think that the Mariners can hold off the perennial pain in the butt Houston Astros?
I think the Astros are going to stink the rest of the year.
Cooper's going to keep saying they're going to stink until they actually stink.
I'm writing this down, and then in like the end of the year, I'm going to be like, Astros are gonna
stink.
Yeah, they're gonna stink.
So I was actually going to ask you guys this. Out of all the teams that are over 500 right now, which one do you think is the most like not real? Because the Astros, the Mariners, the Twins, Guardians, Royals, Tigers, Rays, and Yankees in the American League. Which one of those teams were like, yeah, they're not going to finish above 500 at the end of the year? I think Cooper's hoping it's the Astros. What about you, Carter?
I think it's the Rays.
You think it's the Rays? Yeah,
Rays
I
and
was just
Astros.
about to say
I'm surprised they're 509 at 509.
I was actually
Rays
just about to say
and
that. But
Astros.
if I had to pick a different one, I would have to go with the Guardians, even though they're 29-24. Their differential is negative 16.
Yeah.
That's one stat that like the Royals have a negative 1. Like there's some teams that have like terrible records, but like differential's like okay.
Yeah, the Royals got out to a hot start, but no longer are there. I'm surprised.
Mhm.
I'm surprised the Rays are over 500, but that division, which was supposed to be the vaunted best division of baseball, is, well, terrible outside of the Yankees.
Yankees are good. The Yankees are totally running away with the division.
What
They're winning
happened?
by
What
like
happened to the Orioles?
6.5. The Orioles just can't pitch. The Red
Yeah.
Sox, everybody thought Carter said they were going to be like they're going to win the AL East. They're under 500.
I said that. I'll admit that I said that. I was wrong. But I'm not
Yeah.
gonna keep going.
Well, it doesn't help that their MVP candidate just got hurt.
Yeah, true. And I'm not gonna keep going with it like, oh, they're gonna be great the rest of the year. Unlike the Astros with Cooper. That's like Astros are not gonna do that. I hate to admit it, Cooper.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to happen for the Astros, but we'll see. We'll find out. And then out in the National League, which team that's a 500 or above? You have the Diamondbacks, Giants, Padres, and Dodgers. Then you have the Cardinals, Cubs, Mets, and Phillies. Any of those teams kind of don't look real to you?
I think all those
Not
teams look
really.
real to me. All of them are pretty good teams. I think the Diamondbacks are a good team, just in the hardest division ever, like maybe in baseball history, besides the Rockies. I mean, everybody in that division gets to play the Rockies like 12 times.
Yeah, so that helps them obviously. So obviously only 6 teams can make the playoffs in the National League. You have the Phillies, the Mets, the Cubs, the Cardinals, the Dodgers, Padres, Giants, and Diamondbacks right now. Which of those teams do you think are not going to make the playoffs?
I'm gonna have to say the Diamondbacks, just because they're only 500 right now. I think the Diamondbacks aren't gonna make the playoffs. I think it's gonna be close between the Giants and the Cardinals. I just don't think the Cardinals are gonna make it.
What do you think, Carter?
I don't think I saw enough. I don't really have an opinion on this one. I think all teams are really good contenders, but
yeah,
I think
definitely.
I'll definitely have an opinion later in the season.
All right. Well, later in the season, after the summer, we'll be back for the second half of the season for this Twin Stripe Reporters podcast, and we'll talk to you soon. End the stream.